What's good, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. As we are out here, we are at home once again. We are taking on the University of Southern Florida, the old stomping ground of Coach Grossman. If you know, you know. And it should be a pretty evenly matched game. We're a B+ overall squad, B offense, B+ defense. They're B's across the board. They got a solid little football team down there at University of Southern Florida, including the collegiate debut of EJ Peterson, one of your guys' custom players. So I'm really excited about this episode. We're going to see how we do against a little bit better competition, as well as see how EJ Peterson's college debut turns out. Should be a fun episode. I hope you guys are really excited about it, man, as we're gonna go with some alternate uniforms real quick here. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited about it as well. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me, hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new. I'll see you guys on the football field. We'll see if we can take care of business and improve to 2-0 here on the season. Alright, boys, so we did end up going ahead, and we are going to defer to the second half as we will go ahead and get this game officially underway. And how about Franklin? He's going to take this thing to the outside. He's going to take it all the way across midfield. Not exactly how I wanted to go about starting this game, but here we are, barbecue on the titties. And now UCF early in this game, they got it in our side of the field already and doing a good job of running the football. How about Durbin just going loose on us here? A 20-yard rush, and they're already in the red zone here. I'm going to need this defense to start locking up here. We're not going to necessarily get it as Chase is going to run it close to the end zone. He doesn't get it all the way up in there. It's going to be a 1st and goal, but man, not what I wanted to see whatsoever, and not an ideal start for us as Durbin, he's going to run his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Florida. And the old stomping grounds of Coach Grossman is going to take a 7-0 lead over this number 10 team in the entire country. So now we'll go ahead and see our football team go to work. We're already down 7-0. It's time to see what this offense can do as Hammond. He's going to decide to run to the outside early. Nobody was open downfield. He could not shake away from a defender, though. It's a gain of 6. So now, 3rd and short coming up a couple plays later. We're going to go to our slant patterns. As now, Hammond dropping back. Is going to look over to the star receiver, Leslie Johnson. We're going to ask him to go ahead and make a contested catch for us. And we're going to make that happen for us here. So 1st down for your Michigan State Spartans as we'll attack downfield, get a little bit of breathing room on the play action as we find an open Cortez Mills. And it's another 1st down for Michigan State. We're trying to drive downfield as well. As how about Bobby Russ, the true freshman? He is going to go get his first carry of the day, a gain of 9. So we'll see if we go back to our freshman tailback. As we'll go with the speed option here on this 2nd and short. Hammond, he's going to run it up the field. He's got some great blocking up ahead. How about that offensive line creating some holes for us there? Pause. As we go now back in field goal range for sure, but we want a touchdown. 3rd and short, going to throw to the right-hand side. Cortez Mills going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. And we will actually have to go ahead and settle for a field goal. We'll see if our kicker can slice it through. The kick is up, and it's going to boink off the upright. So we miss the field goal, and we don't get anything out of it. And how about this for an upset here? I'm just checking out the studio update now. West Virginia goes on the road and takes down Tennessee, winning by 15. So how about the Mountaineers getting a huge early season win? And now we see Southern Florida get the football once again. Going back to that running game that was really successful on the previous possession. And no changes here. Charles Durbin's going to find the hole and pick up a huge 1st down. As now, 2nd and 11. EJ Peterson, one of your customs, going into motion. as Charles Durbin is going to follow through and finish the run strong. A gain of 10 there. As now 3rd and short coming up. We'll see if they go back to that running game. They do. Durbin on the outside, but runs into Kenneth Wood, our NFL prospect. Charles Durbin is also down on the field. We'll see if he comes back in the next possession. But for now, we got the football back here to start this second quarter, as we now try to get back at it again with the White Vits. We had a solid drive on the previous possession. We just couldn't finish it with anything. So we'll see if we have better results this time as we go back to the outside where an open Wesley Johnson is. He is just such a crisp route runner. I really love him in those kind of situations. And now we're back across midfield. We will officially be across midfield, thanks to that 7-yard carry there for Bobby Russ. As now 2nd and 3rd coming up, as we'll go with Aaron Heinz. He's going to get his first carry of the day. Barely used there back in season number 5, but he's now elevated to the backup running back position, and good first carry of the day for him, a gain of 6. We're going to have to abandon that running game briefly. We got a 3rd and 10 coming up. Looking to the right-hand side. We got an open receiver, but it's going to actually be missed there, and we will have to go ahead. We had to put the football away, unfortunately. So again, another drive where we had a good thing going and just couldn't finish it, unfortunately. So now we need our defense to really step up and make sure it stays a one-possession game, and that is not what I am looking for, as Derek Franklin able to get another huge carry. He's not known necessarily for running the football, but he's making it work today. As they'll go play action here on the following drive, it's going to be picked off. It's Kenneth Wood. He's going to be able to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. Let's go, baby. Read in the eyes of Derek Franklin there, and we get ourselves a defensive touchdown because of it. Look at that, Kenneth Wood not only getting it in the way of that pass, but going to bring it all the way back to the crib as well. So the Southern Florida offense comes back out onto the field after we got that pick 6. We'll see if our defense can make another huge play for us here as they go back to the pass. They find Stewart out on the perimeter. Does manage to find a few yards, but what I've really loved about this defense so far, we have not given them anything in the passing game. They have really struggled thus far. Is now 3rd and short. Franklin, he's going to try to take it on the option play. Durbin's going to get the pitch out, and it's going to be taken across the 35-yard line. First down for Southern Florida. As now they go back to that ground game. It's been working really well for them thus far in the ball game, and it's going to continue here. 1st and 10. From about midfield. This time it's a passing play. Hicks gets to the quarterback and lays it out on Derek Franklin. That will force the incompletion. And a little bit more of a passing situation, but they go back to the running game as Durbin gets side cut, it looks like. So 3rd and 5 coming up for our defense. Can they hold him here? Dropping back, Franklin. He's got just enough time, and it's going to nearly be intercepted by Akeem Williams. He could not haul it in, but we will force the punt nonetheless. As now our offense comes back out onto the field. Hammond throwing to the right-hand side, trying to throw it out there to Wesley Johnson. Big body receiver, and somehow finds a way to overthrow him. That's crazy. It's not even a terrible decision either. Just not good ball placement whatsoever. Now we will force Southern Florida to take a field goal, and we get insanely lucky there. They missed the field goal. So this game will remain tied, but hey, we got a pretty good top 25 matchup here elsewhere in the country. Ohio State and Oklahoma, they are both in a close one. Ohio State, though, they do have a narrow lead. So our offense comes back out onto the field. We got very fortunate. We got to take better care of the football now. As we'll go back to that passing game as Hammond's actually going to scramble out to the right-hand side. He's looking downfield. He's going to find Wesley Johnson, who kind of has to come back to the football a little bit, but still will be good for the first down. It's now 1st and 10. Looking over the middle, we find Wesley Johnson once again. He's been a playmaker for us today. He's already got his 4th catch here in this first half. He should be heavily involved in this game for sure. As we'll run again with Billy Hammond. He gets away from one defender, almost breaks it. If we got away from that last defensive lineman, oh, we was taking that to the crib. We had all the open space. But instead, it's going to be 3rd and inches. We'll have to throw for the first down, and we find an open Wesley Johnson. And with less than 2 minutes left to play in the first half, we are going to get ourselves on the ball quickly. Pitching it out to Bobby Russ. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks some more. I am actually shocked, but that was not a huge loss. That really should have been. But we got very fortunate there. And speaking of things that are looking good, how about this run by Billy Hammond, making some guys miss and finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. Let's go, baby. 14-7. That is going to be your score going into the halftime locker room. So we started to find some rhythm towards the end of the first half. Let's see if we can open this game up here once we get out of the locker room. So welcome back, guys, to the second half of action here. We're going to get things started here with a nice little bubble screen. Just get our quarterback in rhythm. We go over to the left-hand side to our speedy Jason Higgins. Was able to get it to a 6-yard catch, but not a lot of space there that Southern Florida gave up. They were in press coverage. As we'll throw again here, this time on 2nd down. This time we see Chastez Mills go ahead and win off the press. Maybe we can get him out of that press and really open up the rest of this short game, as Russ is going to go ahead and run up the middle, but he fumbles the football. That was a problem in the last game. We saw Bobby Russ fumble it. Thankfully for us, we did end up seeing one of our offensive linemen go ahead and pick up the fumble. But we're not going to lose confidence in the freshman running back. He's been having a solid day aside from that fumble. So we go back to him here. It gets a pretty solid carry for us. Let's see if he can pick up this first down here as well. 3rd and 4, as looks like Southern Florida, they call the blitz at the perfect time. But you know what? As a great Uncle Sam's once said, baby, scared money don't make any money. We're going to go for it here on 4th down. We'll see if they blitz again. They don't. And we had Jason Higgins in open space, but just couldn't get it in open field soon enough. So we had to go ahead. We turned the football over. And now USF is going to take over. Durbin on the right-hand side. He's going to find some open space out in the field. And Durbin is finally going to be brought down at about the 40-yard line. So a huge one more first down could make USF in field goal range. We'll have to pick up this first down first, and they had the right play. Walker was open, but he fumbles the bag and drops the football. They got to go ahead and put this football back over to our direction. They pin us really deep, though. And so here we go inside the 5-yard line. And we're going to bring it back. Bobby Russ going to make the carry up the middle. He's going to pick up a gain of 10 there. Again, a pretty successful day here on the ground. In spite of USF, having some solid defensive linemen, we're still able to find some space in the open field. And, that's the biggest difference between last year and this year. We do a much better job, I think, of running the football. As we'll go ahead and throw to the right-hand side. Wesley Johnson, he'll win once again off the press. His first catch here of the second half. And it's a first down for the Spartans. We'll go back to the slants, though. Robertson, the backup tight end. He's going to line up here at wide receiver. And that is actually going to be his first catch of the day. USF, they are looking a little bit off balance here. We'll see if we can break a big one. And we nearly do there. Bobby Russ. He had a 12-yard carry there. He managed to get to the second level with ease. Speaking of getting to that second level, how about Russ? Let the man cook. The freshman, he is certainly not looking like a freshman that is just playing in his second career collegiate game, man. He's been special today. As Heinz is going to try to pick up the first down a few plays later, trying to get some short and steady runs in, but Heinz will be caught behind the line of scrimmage. And once again, We're going to go for it here on 4th down. This time, 4th and 6. Johnson goes into the motion. He drops back, looks over to the left-hand side, but Cortez Mills can't get going. He had an open Jason Higgins on the back end, and our quarterback, he simply does not see him there. And now USF, they do go 3 and out on their next possession, but it definitely seems like in this game in particular, we are leaving a lot of points on the board right now. And we are keeping a team that really shouldn't have any business being in this game. They're still in this game right now. As, like I said, we've been getting some good plays, some explosive plays. Just got to finish the drive. We'll see if that changes here as we try to throw on 2nd down. But nowhere left to go with the football. Everybody was covered. We couldn't get outside the pocket, so we couldn't throw it away. So we kind of had to accept our fate there and take the sack. So 3rd and 18. They're off the line of scrimmage, so we'll go ahead and throw it to Cortez Mills, but he can't make a guy miss, unfortunately, and we punt once again. So here we go, final play here of this 3rd quarter, as there's a 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line. Franklin's going to throw it over to the left-hand side. He finds an open Terrence Smith there. That will be good to go ahead and pick up that 1st down. That actually does wrap up the 3rd quarter. We're only up by 1 score. We're going to see if we have what it takes to fend off the upset here in game number 2. So here we go now, 4th quarter officially underway. And Franklin's going to start by dropping back the pass. He's going to try to scramble for it. Early Austin had a chance to bring him down, but just doesn't react after the fact. It was really strange to not see Early Austin finish that play, but it is what it is. We'll see if we can get him on another 3rd down as Franklin, 3rd and 13. And how about EJ Peterson? We haven't said his name much all day long, but he finally gets his first touch of the day and converts to 3rd and 13. So good for the true freshman. We'll see if they go back to him. They go to Walker instead, and he goes ahead and drops the football. I'm surprised that EJ Patterson has not gotten more involved for them. He is one of their best weapons already on this USF squad. Instead, going to the right-hand side, trying to get it to Calhoun, but it's going to be broken up at the last second. 4th and 7, and I definitely understand it here. They're going to go for it here. 5 wide set. Franklin's all by himself. Drops back, gets it out to Stover, and Stover is going to be brought down eventually by Ryan Herring, but a huge critical catch for Max Stover. That's his first one in the game. Later on the drive, 2nd and 12, they go back to Walker. He had a drop earlier. He does make up for it, though, with a 14-yard reception. That's also his first catch of the day. 1st and 10 in the red zone, though. Franklin has a chance to get his team to time, but is going to be brought back a few yards, actually. So now 2nd and 14. Franklin got 3 receivers to the right. They try to set up the screen, but they try to throw it anyways, but Mike Harvey, he was already there, and he's going to make sure that USF is going to come away from this drive empty-handed. You absolutely love to see that. So 6 minutes left to play here in this football game. We got a chance to, take a little bit of time off the clock. I want to score here so that we can put this game away once and for all. And this will help Cortez Mills. He had to kind of jump up a little bit to make that grab, but he's still able to come down with it. And it's another 1st and 10. This time looking back over that right-hand side, but it's Perry Robinson in the slot able to make something shake. And it's another 1st down. Moving the ball downfield well. Going to try to run it again. Russ trying to power through the defense. Able to get a little bit of help for that offensive line to, push him forward a couple more yards. And Russ has been having a solid game. 7 yards a carry. Just hasn't found the end zone yet. We'll see if he can pick up a couple for us here. And it looks like we should be able to give it. We got the 1st down. That allows us to take a little bit more time off the clock. Is now 1st and 10. Hammond, he's going to take it on the read option. Makes a man miss. Gets it up to the 2nd level, where he does get meet by a gang of bulls. And it's a 1st down, as we're going to look for a dagger here. They say this is the setup play. We're going to try to throw it to the left-hand side, and it's broken up Tried to get it out to Cortez Mills, but that was a little bit of a tight window for Billy Hammond. And so we'll go ahead now and run it back. 3rd and 10. Need some yards here. Looking right. Go try to get it to the tailback, but Bobby Russ, he's going to drop it. And now 4th down coming up. We're going to try again here. We have been successful with our 4th down conversions. Maybe the 3rd time's the charm. Billy dropping. Looks over the middle. We had an open receiver, but it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. And we will force the Bulls to go 3 and out. But we got 3 minutes left to play. We got to get a clinching drive here. Let's finish this game out once and for all. Not the performance I've been looking for today. 14 points against Southern Florida. That's a little bit of a red flag for me. But we can finish this drive once and for all. Doing so, going to run it up the gut with Bobby Russ. He picks up a few more yards. Southern Florida, they're going to have to use their timeouts. Going to keep it nice and safe to make sure that even if we don't pick up the 1st down, they will have to use their final timeout, which they do end up using. But now we go into USF's potentially final drive in this game. 1:37 left to play, no timeouts. Does Franklin have what it takes? 1st and 10. Looks to the right-hand side. Delivers a good ball to Smith there, but he drops the pass as well. This quarterback's not getting a lot of help. Although this QB also has not performed great today, as Franklin drops back, looks over to the middle, tries to dump it off to Charles Durbin, but it's going to be incomplete. And now 3rd and long. The Bulls 2 and 11 on 3rd downs today. This is the biggest one of them all, I would argue. In the shotgun, Franklin, he's going to hand it off to Charles Durbin, and there's nowhere left to go. And USF, they have nothing left to lose. So we're going to go for it here. 4th down. They need 13. Franklin, they're going to try to set up the screen here, but Brandon Wiles is all over it. And this game is going to be over. And we are going to win by a final score of 14-7. Didn't look like a top 10 team. I'm going to keep it 100% with you, but sometimes you gotta find ways to win in multiple different ways. This time it required us to win ugly, and we were able to get that done. So a game that did not have a lot of offense in this one. We found a way to pull it out, but by no means we did not look like a top 10 team in the country. While we did end up taking care of things on the defensive end, 14 points is not going to win a lot of games. And while even on defense we were able to stop the pass, rush defense is still a big concern for us, even though we did end up winning the turnover battle here in this one. So we start with Billy Hammond, who made his 2nd start in this one. Billy Hammond, 18 for 26, 158 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He is not the same passer as we had with Andrew Gray. He's just not that guy. But what he does provide for us, he makes up for that with his rushing prowess. He did have the only offensive touchdown that the Spartans ended up garnering in this game. But that is to be said, Bobby Russ, he certified him. 24 carries, 153 yards, average 6 yards a carry too. He's extremely talented. So for the receivers, there wasn't a lot going on for our receiving core. Of course, no one got into the end zone in today's game, but we did have a couple of bright spots here. Wesley Johnson, 7 for 75, and then we saw Cortez Mills with 6 catches and 50 yards. We'll need the rest of our receiving room to step up further. Speaking of receivers, we did see one of your customs also make their collegiate debut. EJ Peterson was held pretty quiet in this one. 1 catch for 14 yards. It's not all of his fault though. His quarterback was pretty terrible. Now the defense, however, they stepped up when they needed to. We gave us some big plays, and I still want to work on that further, but we did create some plays on the defensive end. Multiple turnovers in this one, and Patrick Godwin, particularly in the first half, he was all over the field. 9 tackles and 3 TFLs. You love hearing that. Akeem Williams had 6 tackles. He almost had an interception. Ryan Herring also had 6 tackles in our secondary. And then Kenneth Wood, are probably the only person that comes into this Michigan State squad this year that is considered an NFL prospect as of the preseason stuff. 6 tackles, 3 TFLs, had an interception that he did take all the way to the crib to provide us that ultimate difference in winning this game. That being said, Greg Harvey was also able to get an interception. He was able to get a huge stop there in the fourth quarter. And finally, we got a couple of sacks in today's game. Brandon Lyles was able to get to the quarterback, and Daryl Higgs was able to go ahead and do the same thing. Those sophomores that are on their roster are starting to step up. So we take a moment to check in on one of your guys' custom coaches, Coach Jones, in his third season at Mississippi State. His team does take the first loss of the season, hosting the number 5 team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. And it was a spirited effort by Mississippi State. They played them tough this year. The Bulldogs losing 35-41 ultimately, but doing so in overtime. Of heartbreaking loss for Mississippi State here in year number 6 of the Realignment Dynasty. So after a bye week, we do actually move up to number 6 in the AP poll as we continue to try to continue our undefeated streak here in the early going of the season. Next episode, we will take on the Louisville Cardinals, who are having a decent year, 1-1. We'll see what we can do here. Still waiting for that perfect game. We'll see if we can get it in this episode, but I am certainly excited for it, and I hope you guys are as well. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new to the channel as well. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.